Good morning, everyone. Hello, Happy New Year. I think you can do Happy New Year until the 15th of the month, so we have just a couple of days left. For ABC, we are presenting today Landing More Sales, how to make online marketing work for you. This is done in conjunction with ABC, of course, also BusyWeb and Constant Contact. This is content that you'll see that rounds the bases of everything that you need to know with everything in online marketing. So we're going to talk about how to generate buzz with your business using Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, and more. We're going to talk about online marketing such as email, and of course, how websites and similar such things can work for you to help you grow your construction-based business. Thank you for joining us. For the folks that are here with ABC, the Association of Builders and Contractors, I am Dave Meyer, and here's how to reach me. You can get me at dave@busyweb.com. Reach us at BusyWeb on Facebook or Twitter at BusyWeb or at Dave1Meyer if you want to tweet directly to me. We are an online marketing company. We focus on all kinds of wonderful things, especially and including WordPress-powered web design, but then also all manners of online marketing. And we have a special offer for our ABC friends at the end of this webinar today. If you would like to ask questions during this event, you may do so by following the instructions from the page that you received via email from Tom this morning. If you look on the webinar page, you can go into this page under the Power of the Inbox, and this is the one that you've joined to check out the webinar. You can either watch it live by simply clicking play and expanding your screen, or if you want to ask questions during the event, there's a Google Plus link under number 1 on the page. If you click that Google Plus link, that's going to take you to a new page that looks exactly like this. It says Landing More Sales, Making Online Marketing Work for You, and you'll see Q&A and live. And for folks that are watching this after the event, it won't say live, but the Q&A will still be active and you can still ask questions at any time. If you click play, you'll be able to join and see the event live, just like you would inside of the YouTube window. And then in the lower right-hand corner, there's a big Ask a New Question button. If you click that Ask a New Question button and simply ask a question here, that'll pop up for me as I'm presenting, and I'll be able to answer your questions live during the event. There it is. Magically, it shows up on here. So if you'd like to do that, don't need to be logged into Google, don't need to have any special skills or any connections of the sort. All you need to do is click that link from the event, go here, click on this Google Plus link as indicated by my mouse right here, and then it'll take you to this page where you'll be able to ask questions by clicking the big green button. Let's get down to business and talk through what we're talking about today. This is again brought to you on behalf of Constant Contact. So Constant Contact does newsletters and announcements, of course, the standard emails that you've heard of, but also offers and promotions, feedback and surveys, and events and registrations. The event email that you received today probably and most likely came from Constant Contact because that's how we manage all of our events. All right, here's what we're going to learn today. First, we're going to talk about a marketing overview inside of Landing More Sales. And then we're going to talk about website basics, how to write for the web, search engine optimization or SEO, and then how to increase your email open rates. We'll finish up with some wrap up and some Q&A, and we're going to get all this done inside of the span of 1 short hour. So thank you very much for hanging on with us, joining us. We have a whole bunch of folks on the call already, so thank you very much for hanging out with us on this webinar. And here we go. First, marketing. Marketing has really changed dramatically since we got started, or since BusyWeb started, certainly just 17 short years ago. Marketing used to be where it was a typical sales and marketing funnel, using traditional marketing methods, things like print ad, radio, television, direct mail, to reach out to as many people as possible. You were trying to find new customers. It's bigger at the top, where you spend a lot of your time, your money, and your energy. And it makes sense. You reach out to as many people as you can, convert a certain percentage into paying customers, keep a few of them as new customers, mainly because so much of your time, money, and energy went into reaching them. It's a standard sales numbers game. And again, it makes sense, and we're familiar with the model. The problem with this model is that it's expensive. Ads cost a lot of money. It's hard for small companies and organizations to compete in the top-down landscape. So let's look at what marketing tools like social media and email marketing have done to the funnel. When you begin to use tools like email, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, your website to grow business with people you already know, on the left, it's a funnel about reaching out to strangers. The new marketing is about reaching out to people that you already know. You reach out on a regular basis with information and offer them information that's relevant to them. If you get one thing right, and after today's session, you should have a pretty good idea of how to do this, you'll automatically begin to convert more people than you are reaching right now. You'll be able to build your business and build repeat referrals. And the result is that you'll keep a lot more of your existing customers, so you don't need as many strangers, and that takes a lot less time, a lot less energy, and funnest of all, a lot less money. It's called flipping the funnel. It's a fundamental change to the way most small businesses owners think about their marketing, but it works. Here's another way to think about how business works. First, here's you as your organization. You're in construction, you're doing a great job, you're doing something amazing, and that's going to provide a wow experience. When you're doing this smart, you're asking those customers to stay in touch. You're giving them some reason to subscribe to an email, to follow you on Facebook, to give you a call, to stop by the next time. And in doing that, you're engaging people. When you engage those folks to continue and connect with you, you're going to convince them to come back in for more business. That's the circle of business. Now, there's one more thing that this online marketing stuff does, and that engaging folks also drives social visibility, which drives new prospects to your door. So here's a marketing exercise I want you to try. First, write down one wow experience that you can deliver to your clients. One thing that you do better than anyone else, one thing that can really kind of knock people's socks off, or one thing that you do that you know your clients or your prospects are asking for. Write down one way you can offer value to your members, to your content, to your clients that nobody else can, and write down one way you can engage those folks by delivering on your promise. So, a wow experience, some other way to offer value, and one way you can engage them by delivering on your promise. Delivering on your promise might be, just doing what you know you do by delivering or connecting with something that's helpful and informative. All social media marketing and email marketing in general, needs to be more about helping people than it is about selling. The more you help and engage and connect, the more luck you're going to have with growing your business. So now that we're there, you can take this into the website. Your website is the one place that you completely own. And whether it's your marketing, your social media, your email or your website is absolutely the place that your clients will look for you first. So no matter if they found you on Facebook or Twitter, no matter if they found you on LinkedIn or received an email from you, the very next thing they're going to do is look for you on the web. You want to take advantage of that and make sure that your website looks fantastic. It needs to be fully mobile responsive. It needs to share all the information about your company, and it needs to follow up and continue to fulfill the promise of usefulness and helpfulness that your marketing sells. You need to incorporate social media, and by incorporating social media, you can simply deliver backwards into connecting up from people. You're going to publish content on your website and then let your website do all the heavy lifting to publish on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, and more. And then you're going to seamlessly integrate your email marketing from that direction as well. Everything that you publish should be somewhere available on your website, and it should have relevant keywords to help you with your SEO or search engine optimization. The art of search engine optimization we'll cover in a little bit, but that's the art of getting found when people type in Google to find you and your business using the keywords that they would type when they're trying to find you. You're going to use contact forms on your website to help build your list. If you don't have some relevant call to action on your website, at least have a contact us form or subscribe to our newsletter form that allows people to register for more information. When you get that, you'll be able to double up and send them in helpful and interesting information on a regular basis. And then the nicest part about that is you can actually see what exactly they are interested in. And we'll cover more about that later on in the slides. Now, I mentioned very briefly mobile responsiveness. Mobile responsive websites are those that are designed to look great on any device they're viewed on. So if you're on a computer, looks great, it's nice and wide, does everything that you need it to do. When you're on a phone, the website needs to not just be a shrunk down version of your website. If you have to pinch and zoom on your phone to see your content on your website, if you don't have clickable phone numbers that simply dial a contact number, and if you don't have labeled images on your website so that folks that are browsing in a slow networking environment, or if they're on a 3G network or worse, somewhere out in the sticks, they won't be able to see your content, and Google actively downgrades you or outright doesn't show your content on mobile devices. This is especially important for the construction industry because we're reaching out to people that are by and large in the field most of the time. Used to be a big deal to try and get a hold of anyone in construction. Now we all have supercomputers in our pockets, but you have to make sure your website is built to handle that. And you also need to make sure that your website is built with nice, big, clickable images and is built such that when people are viewing on their iPhone that's in a big old crazy OtterBox because they're out on the job site all day long, they can still click, see, and get the information that they're looking for. When you're thinking about what you own as a business, you have a powerful connection that most massive corporations don't. You already have loyal and happy customers. You already provide an excellent customer experience. And of course, you have interesting and important things to say. You might not think so because you're in your business all day long, but for the people you're trying to reach, you have helpful information and you can relay that information in a way that's going to get them excited to work with you. Here's some content tips on how to do that. About half of what you share and connect with on anything in social media, whether it be Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or what have you, should be designed to get likes, shares, and comments. You're going to entertain, you'll invite conversation, ask questions, post images and video. This is the engage part of reaching out. And about half of what you do with any online marketing should be designed to engage. The next 30% should be designed to be useful and informative. That's industry information, answers to frequently asked questions, hints and tips, things that you find because you're an expert in your industry. Might be new Energy Star requirements, might be new things and new products that you can use in your business or that your clients could use in their businesses that relate to what you do and how to use those things. The last 20% should be about your business. Not necessarily buy now, but definitely including a call to action. If you're looking for a good ratio for how many times to say, we've got a sale, we've got something happening right now, about half of the time that you spend in the last 20%, or maybe 1 in 10 posts, could explicitly be about driving a sale. And it's a little bit easier for construction industry folks to do this because we don't inherently usually sell. But if, for example, you're in real estate or commercial real estate, you wouldn't just post items that are for sale, parcels for sale. You would simply offer first in the other 80% helpful and informative information designed to capture people's attention, and then useful and informative information to take that captured attention and prove to folks that you know what you're doing. So 50, 30, 20, engage, inform, capture, and convert. And then once you get that information in, once you've gotten specific connections, you need to make sure to offer helpful calls to action to actually help you land that sale. Clear and simple direction using graphics and text on your website, on your emails, on your Facebook posts, and especially on the web. You're going to display calls to action at the top, middle, and bottom of every page. You don't need to be overly obnoxious with this, but give people something to do when they've visited your site. One of the big things that we make, that marketers mistake doing, is they don't give people enough context on what you're expected to do. Make it easy as possible for people to take the action they're expecting. If, for example, they have searched for you and you're an electrician or you're a commercial contractor, they're looking for information on how they can request an RFP or how they can get a bid for a job. Make it very clear, here's how to do that. Include a contact us form on the page. Include a rates sheets or include a helpful information tip that they can click on. So if they have searched for RFP, they'll get to the RFP page. That RFP page gives them a handy form to fill out. BusyWeb gets RFPs from our clients quite often via our sales collection form. Examples for calls to action: buy now, call today, and then one that I particularly like for an electrician in the local Minneapolis area here, it simply says help I need, and then you click the little drop down and it says immediate service request. I need something fixed, not that urgent, or I just have a question. And then it takes them to the right spot and asks them the correct information based on that info. Very simple, very easy. So you've got your website set up. Now, how do you fill that website with content? Well, if you're writing for the web, it's a slightly different beast than what you might be used to. First, you absolutely need to know your audience. You need to think about your company and what you do better and what you do for your customers. This is the classic elevator pitch. What do you do when people ask you what you do? Focus on that, and also focus on who your best clients are. Think about your customer and know who exactly you are writing for. A handy way to do this is to create what's called marketing personas, or easily said, personal profiles or personalized profiles of your best customers. Think about the type of person that works with your business. And this is where you're going to get a little bit heady, and you're going to think about, do they have kids? How old are they? What stage are they in their business? If you're mostly working with purchasing agents or with builders reps, or if you're working mostly with folks that are making the decisions, maybe you're working with the CFO or the operations manager of companies to make decisions. You need to think about what types of people generally hold those positions. Do they tend to have college education? Do they tend to be field workers that are on their phones and little else? What are they interested in? Are they into sports? And then go into that and think about how they would be likely to search for you when they're going to make a critical purchasing decision. So what are they thinking? What are they going to search for when it comes time to engage your business? And that will help drive your strategy on what, when, how, and how often you're going to reach out to these folks. The key in your strategy should be that you're going to be consistent. You don't need to flood your audience with content and drive additional pages on your website every single day, but you do need to update your site and your online marketing at least once a month, more likely and more proactively once a week. And if you can focus on updating a post on your website once a week, that automatically updates Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+ for search engine results, and more, that's what's going to drive real results for your business. If you see a company out there that hasn't updated their website, or that hasn't updated their Facebook page in weeks, months, or years, that's a good indication that they're certainly not serious about their marketing, but it also begs the question on if that company is even in business. So do yourself a favor and look active in order to proactively reach out to the people that matter most. Talked about SEO briefly before. Here's some basics on search engine optimization. First, the art of optimizing for a keyword starts with knowing what those keywords are. You need to do some research first and foremost to figure out what the best content is that's going to drive the search results for you. SEO gets made into a big complicated thing. All it really is the art of being as useful as possible to the people that are searching on Google for your business. Think about what the keywords are. Think about what they type, what they talk about, what they're thinking about, and then do some research to back that up. Google Trends is a great way to do this. It's just trends.google.com. The Google Keyword Tool is also incredibly helpful. And if you're interested in the keyword tool, just type keyword tool into Google and it'll pop right up for you. That tells you what the relevant keywords are for your business, but also just look through your frequently asked questions. Look through how people would do it and try to find yourself on the web or your competitors and see what they're typing or what you need to type in order to find you. Don't overdo those keywords. You could stuff keywords into your website all day long and it's not going to help. What you need to have is several pages of content that match the keywords that you're trying to reach. Having one page with 50 of the same word on it is not going to work. Having 50 pages with one or two instances of those words is going to have a dramatic effect in helping you get found. Link to other pages and sites. It's also okay and encouraged to link to other pages on your own website and then localize. We are all Minnesota and North Dakota based businesses. So if you search and if you have Google+, Yahoo, Bing, Yelp accounts, and if you have those properly connected, you'll easily be able to reach out and connect up with the people that matter most for your business. If you're interested in that, just go to Moz Local, M-O-Z Local on your business and check out, you just type in your main zip code, your main office zip code, and any satellite offices, as a matter of fact, and then the name of your business. And Moz tool will tell you what pages you have already set up. It'll give you quickly a one-click link to get to the pages to fill out your content and information for your business. The nice part about local pages is that no matter where your competition is or how aggressive they are in their marketing, if someone is searching and they're physically close to you, you're going to show up at the top of those search results. As far as rules of thumb with search engine optimization, first you need to specify a content title, and that's the meta title. So 60 characters or less for that meta title. That's different from the actual title of your page. And this is where I'm going to get a little geeky. But if, for example, the title of your page on your website was about, you would in your meta title give more information because you're trying to set up and entice people to click on your Google link. So this tells Google what to place as the link. So instead of about, you might do about BusyWeb, online marketing and web design in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Write a helpful description right underneath that, because that description, the meta description, is a helpful way to tell Google what it should display right underneath that link. And you see this in every search that you make. There's the headline, which is in blue, and then that's the meta title. And then the text right underneath that is the meta description. So you can tell people why they should click on that website, why they should click on that link by typing in a helpful description. That description should be 155 characters or less. And then in general, every page or post that you create should contain about 300 words. Your keyword density, or the amount of time you use, or the amount of times you use any specific keywords, should be under 5.5% of times on that page. And then content should be original for the best effect. So subscribing to newsletter content from another company doesn't help you for search engine optimization. It can fill your website with handy info that you can then use across social networks, but make sure that your content is original for the best search engine optimization. Again, meta keywords, I talked about the meta title, meta description. Meta keywords used to be something that you could fill in, and you still can, but Google by and large ignores them. I'm going to stop right here and check to make sure that we don't have any questions. Looks like we are good. So if you do have any questions, by all means, let me know. Would love to help you out with that. Let's go back to the site here and make sure that we're good. Okay, so in general then, you're going to need to increase your email open rates as part of this as well. So let me reach in and let's talk about the big bad beast that is email marketing. We kind of get Facebook marketing and your website is pretty obvious. Seems a lot of folks, especially in the construction industry, are a little reticent about sending out emails. And if you think about it, it's not tough to decide why or to understand why. We all get spam and we all hate spam in our inboxes. There's a great way to not have your emails categorized as spam, and that is to think of your emails as campaigns and make sure they're as helpful and as useful as possible to the people you're trying to reach. The types of campaigns might include newsletters and announcements, might be a special offer or a deal, might be an online survey or poll, or an event invite or update. Constant Contact can help you with all of these things. And if you're interested, I've got an offer at the end of this webinar to help you with that. Your general goals might be to reach new customers, drive repeat business, nurture leads and relationships, engage customers, referral partners, or increase sales and revenue. Once you have those goals, however, you need to get more specific on how you're going to achieve those goals by setting great objectives. The objectives are going to be more specific, like drive more sales this month, deliver content to business leads, or fill foursomes for our golf tournament. If you're looking for good bellwethers on if it's a good objective, think of asking the following questions. Will achieving this objective help my business grow? Is this objective attainable? And how will I measure it or my progress toward it? So to get started on that, here's some ways and some tools that you can do for all of these things. If you're trying to get found and get discovered, think about your mobile presence, do some search engine optimization, do social media, offer listings. If you want to engage and nurture relationships, you can use engagement marketing like emails and connections. You can do list growth and manage your list by reaching out and adding more people to your list. BusyWeb, for example, has gone from 600 to more than 7,000 contacts in the last year by just paying attention to our list and being as useful as possible. You can have thank you and loyalty kind of connections. And you need to think about, with every email that you send, your CAN spam compliance. There's a federal law that says that you can't spam people. And in order to ensure that you're not spamming people in general, there's a few guidelines that you need to adhere to. First, there needs to be an unsubscribe button for every mass email that you send. You need to have your physical address and a phone number on every email so that people can connect with you. And you need to have a real person as the sender or connection from that business. It needs to be a direct representative of your business. So you can't make up a imaginary person or state that you're some business that you're not, which makes sense. In having campaigns that drive action, again, we talked about newsletters, feedback and surveys, offers, promotions, and events. And for analytics and making decisions, you can do results and reporting, the analytics to figure out the so what on what you're doing, adjustment and iteration, and hypothesis testing. Email marketing makes it possible to do all of these things, as does social media and website marketing. So it can be very overwhelming to think about all this stuff, especially from a grand perspective. Start where you are If you have a website, start with that. Then you can start by adding some content to your website, maybe sending out an additional email, posting on Facebook. Then maybe add Twitter, and then go on and maybe try a special offer and start publishing on a blog. Go from there, think about your mobile results and responses, set up a QR code or something else, then try hosting an event, and then add in some more social media. You don't need to start with everything all at once. Just start building organically. And again, if you're building this smart, your website can drive easily half to 2/3 of all of this marketing activity. Because when you build your website correctly, your website can automatically post to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, and populate your email marketing. BusyWeb has proprietary ways that we do that. So go ahead and give us a call if you're interested. Once you get the next contacts out, you're going to want to start thinking about segmenting your list. This isn't as difficult as you might think if you're using the right tools, and it helps you to deliver the right content at the right time. So you might think about, here's some general ideas: business news and networking partners, referral partners, new customers, community influencers, people that you need to connect with on a regular basis. In all marketing, and specifically in headlines for email marketing, the 2-2-2 rule can really help you to get more action and more results out of your emails. You have 2 seconds to grab people's attention. 2 words need to be action-oriented inside of that subject line, and you need to tell them what to do today. So think about how that works. The first 2 is for the 2 seconds you typically have to compel your client to pay attention. The second 2 is for the 2 words of your subject or headline. That's all they're going to read before making a decision. It needs to be action-oriented and get right to why should they care. And again, tell them today, why does it matter? Because if people don't think they're going to need to click on it today, they probably won't, and it'll get lost in a flood of emails and deleted some other later day. And then review the content and header rules when you're thinking about your content. We covered the 50-30-20 rule before, but again, about half of what you do should be designed to get likes, shares, and comments, to engage. The next 30% should be to be useful and informative, to inform. And then the last 20% should be information about your business, specifically calls to action, to convert inside of your marketing. If you're producing great and relevant content, it's going to help drive more action. The more you can do to get people to where they want to go quickly, that's going to better your business. So think about, again, what's new at your business? What advice have people been asking you for lately? What do you have access to that your customers don't? It might be specific newsletters that you subscribe to. It might be industry trade publications. It might be just your on-the-job experience. And what content can you reuse that you know about that you can curate? I mean, curating content simply means taking information that you've found elsewhere and sharing it responsibly. If you're doing this well, when you're really humming, and once you've got this figured out, you can do a lot of content in once a week for half hour to an hour a day, or half hour to an hour a week. Once you're really humming on this, if you find that online marketing is working for you, in general, a fully successful and fully active online marketing engaged organization will spend 3 to 5 or 20 minutes at a time, 3 to 5 times a week to build their online marketing. And again, if you're thinking about this from the website first perspective, just add a new page to your website, a new blog post to your website once to twice a week, and then let your website publish to the rest of those networks. Again, BusyWeb has a proprietary model to help you do that. But then you need to think about how much content is really enough. The key here is to focus. You need to think less is more, and up to 80% of people will delete a message if it's too long. Most messages are read at or on the mobile device now. So as we look at this, actually 80% means that 80% of folks are primarily reading email on their mobile device versus checking things on their computer. And if you think about that, the phone's always with us. We're checking. This is especially true in the construction industry because there's just so much going on and we're not in front of computers every day. So make sure that you can get out there and reach. The less you give people to scroll and the less you give people as far as competing information, an email or a message with one subject versus 15 is going to get you 15 times the result than just sending out a huge newsletter. Also automate what you can. You know, we talked about the auto posting of social media and emails. You can also set up automatic welcome and update emails. So people are, when they subscribe to your email newsletter list, you could automatically send them a series of 3, 4, or 5 messages designed to get them to get to know you, subscribe to your Facebook page, connect up, give them a handy tip, and keep them coming back for more. Could also help you to pre-qualify your leads and signify to your sales team who's most interested in your content. If you notice that someone is clicking on every single link or someone has clicked on that special offer that you offered in your last email, you can be proactive and actually reach out to those folks. You can also pre-schedule email campaigns and online marketing posts. If you have your website built in WordPress, which is what BusyWeb uses, you can quickly and easily schedule out a month's worth of posts all in one day. It's a simple matter of clicking the schedule button and then setting it up. And you can also use a scheduling tool like your website or like Hootsuite or Market Me Suite to publish out. Make sure you listen and respond. But in general, you should be publishing 3 to 5 times a week, maybe 20 minutes at a time. It's going to take you once you're fully up and running. Making sure we don't have any more questions. Looks like we're good. So we'll keep trucking. All right. Next tip, repurpose everything. So for example, here's an email from Boys and Girls Clubs. That's posted on their website, actually. They came up with a great news release. Then it went out in their blog posts. Then it went out in their email marketing. Then they posted it on their Facebook page and their Twitter account and kept everything up and running. They did all of this automatically through their website. Very simple and very easy. It's also helpful to be very intentional with the schedules that you post. So think about every week what you're going to publish in your online marketing. Again, maybe Monday morning you'll publish a Monday motivation quote. That's the engage part, or a member benefit. Tuesday, noon, did you know? That's an education piece, or check out these tips. Wednesday morning, fill in the blank, highlight a member. Tuesday or Thursday afternoon, an event promotion, visit our Facebook page, and Friday, a fun fact. Notice that these are different times and different types of content. You're also going to want to measure to make sure that what you're doing is actually hitting home. You can tell by your open rates or by your click-through rates what's being most effective. If you send something out in the middle of the day on a Wednesday, you might not see much result in the construction industry, depending on who you're trying to reach. If you're trying to reach corporate types, you're going to be okay. But if you're trying to reach people in the field, that's generally early in the morning or late in the afternoon when they actually have time to check their phones. Celebrate with a beer or a glass of wine at the end. And then put together a content calendar for all of your channels. So think about color coding them. You can use this as a template if you want, but whether it's a regular newsletter, blog posts, having specific theme days on Mondays, publishing different multimedia, and offering news and promotions. Just make sure that you schedule things so that you're rounding everything out at least once a week, but definitely once a month to have dedicated content. Finally, I mentioned it before, but if you're not measuring, you're really not marketing. There's no way to improve and know what's working and what's not unless you measure everything that you do. It's quite easy to do in email marketing. You can see bounced emails and a bounce rate, how many people are clicking through, what type of content is going out. You can check your website statistics and your Facebook post statistics to check what's happening and what people are most interested in. And you can go all the way back and figure out what type of revenue you're generating out of deals or offers if you have that type of content on your site. Again, Constant Contact makes it super easy to do the equivalent of a Groupon ad inside of that tool for free. And again, don't forget mobile devices. 91% of American adults own a cell phone, and the average person looks at their phone 150 times a day. It's simply where people are marketing now. So make sure that you're taking care of email marketing and all of your marketing thinking about mobile devices. 80% of mobile users delete an email that doesn't look good on mobile, and 30% of those users unsubscribe from email lists after receiving an email that doesn't look good on a mobile device. All right, I'm going to wrap up and dive into Q&A. So if you have questions, now's your time to answer those or to ask those so I can answer them. In wrap up, BusyWeb is a web design and online marketing agency. We help you generate buzz without getting stung, and that means Facebook posting, email marketing, taking care of everything that you need. We have products and services that are designed to help you get the message out for your team. And if you don't have the time and are thinking about hiring someone to help with your marketing, our tools and our services get you an entire marketing team for less than the cost of one full-time employee. Matter of fact, it's about half. So if you're interested in that, we would love to talk to you. Remember again that we have busy webinars every Wednesday. So if you're interested, tune in tomorrow to dig deeper into how social media works with Social Media 101. We have a seminar in person at BusyWeb. If you're interested in joining us for our seminar in Champlin, we'd love to see you at the Power of the Inbox. We're going to talk about how to do email marketing. If you don't have time to stop by in person, you can watch our replay of that from last Wednesday, or you can check out Social Media 102. You can visit us in Anoka on the 21st, or we have website do's and don'ts and social media time savers all coming up at the end of the month. Finally, let's go into Q&A. And remember, if you'd like to start a Constant Contact account, if you start us up before January 31st, we'll give you a free template design based on the look and feel of your website for free. This is normally a $200 value. If you go to busyweb.com/cc and sign up for an email account with Constant Contact through us, we'll take care of you via that tool. I'm going to click over for Q&A. I don't see any questions, and that's absolutely fine. If you have anything that you'd like to send in, again, you can go back to me and send me a note. You can reach me at dave@busyweb.com or send us a note or give us a call at 612-424-9990. Again, I'm Dave Meyer with BusyWeb. Since I don't have any more questions I'm going to drop off the webinar. Thank you very much for joining us. And remember, at BusyWeb, we help you generate buzz without getting stung. Have a great week.